Sorry, guys. My man right here solved the mystery that I've been trying to solve for so many years. Oh my god. And I'm just in tears right now. Completely not relevant to episode 8 of Ultraman, but you know, I will get emotional again. So and yes.
Do I say you're welcome for this or
yes.
what?
Yes. See, this is why this guy is one of my oldest friends from YouTube, back when YouTube was actually a community and not just, people making react videos and VTubing. Not hating on VTubers, just saying, But oh man. But yeah, no, we're here. This is the UltraQuest podcast here on the Morphin Network. And the two of us are here to discuss Ultraman Classic, episodes 5 through 8. That's right, 1966.
The OG.
The OG, season 2.
Well, as far as Ultras go.
Yeah, as far as Ultras go. Yeah, it's like we had to have that pilot season that was basically Twilight Zone, and then we switched gears to Star Trek, which incidentally also came out in 1966.
Interesting how that works.
Yeah. It's equally interesting. Kamen Rider and Doctor Who were both canceled in 1989, and both had a revival of sorts in 2005. Of sorts.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Well, one had a TV revival. The other just had a movie theatrical remake.
Yeah,
but both 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man. By the way, everyone, happy St. Paddy's Day. Obviously, we're not wearing any green because wearing green all the time is actually an American concept. Yeah, it's all American, like turning the Chicago River green. That's an American thing. If you're in Ireland, this is what you do: you go to church, you have a pint, you go home, and you call it a night. That's it. That's how you celebrate St. Paddy's Day in the traditional Irish way. But in America, we gotta party hardy till you can't party no more. You're gonna look like an undead Andrew WK because you're gonna get a green nosebleed.
And unfortunately for this guy right here, there's no green Bokenger.
Oh, that's fine. Because the only one that matters is the red one.
Akashi, attack!
Yes, he's the immortal thing. Yeah, it's like whenever my very first Sentai or Rider cosplay for that matter, was actually Akashi back in 2012.
Yeah, when we met.
Yeah, and in person. And every marvelous cosplayer finds you and I have two things in common. One, when we see something that we find precious to us, we never let go of it. The other, we're both homeboys with the Aka Red.
It's interesting you should mention that because my first Sentai cosplay was Captain Marvelous.
Yeah. Funny how that works out. Yeah, mm-hmm. and when Steve and I first met, he was actually dressed as met knowingly. Because as it turns out, we've seen each other months prior. It's kind of weird actually, because it's we officially met in August, but then there's a photo of us from May of the same year.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's everyone's got to be someone's Eiji Hino. Yeah, and so 2012 was a fun Morphicon. I'm not saying it was the most because so they all have pluses and minuses over each other. There are things I like about 2014, 2016, 2000. Okay, I'll have to say this. 2018 was the most difficult Morphicon to enjoy because, health problems and the whole moving to Anaheim thing and the whole, something else involving the fact that it was in Anaheim, and I'm not going to bring it up. But if you've been there in 2018, Let's just say if you were there, you'd know. Yeah, but no. One of the best things about the 2018 convention was, was the Saturday night parties. Those were the best part. Let's see. There was no 2020. We had an online thing in 2021. It doesn't count, but we had a sort of online convention, courtesy of the Viewing Globe, and I did host 2 panels for the online convention. 2022 was my first convention as a member of the Morphin Network, and let's just say it's like you think you're going to be proactive on day one, then you lose your efficacy for reasons I'm not going to go into detail. But then day 3, you hustle so hard, it's like you surprise yourself.
Yeah.
24, it's like I was just working the whole time. Let's be honest. It's like it was literally the very first Morphicon where I did not attend the Jungle Fury panel, which does make me a little bit sad because Jungle Fury is my favorite American season, but there's a very good reason behind it. And if you watch our content on the Morphin Network, you know exactly why I missed that panel.
Sorry you missed it.
Yeah, I hope it was fun. But hey, I have to say, Nikolai knows how to really stop the show. Yeah, if you've seen,
Yeah, Morphicon 2012 was my first Morphicon.
Yeah.
And it's how I met, like we said, it's how I met this guy in person.
Yeah.
I remember that day I was talking to some other fans, and then you went, wait a minute, Sonic Adventure DX? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, torture time for the master. Oh my god.
Yeah. I remember like the 2 of us were sitting next to each other at the
Megaforce panel?
Yeah, it was the Samurai panel where they introduced Megaforce. Yeah. Yeah. But when it was the David Yost panel, I was sitting next to Walter Jones. Yeah. Yeah. And let's see. And when it was the Einstein panel, naturally, I was sitting in the front with the rest of the E-Freaks. I mean, I would have thought of a different name for it's the iShine fan base, but hey, the band decides what to call the fan base, so it is what it is. But yeah, so Ultraman. Okay, so we get into some fun territory, very reminiscent of Ultraman Tiga. Retroactively speaking, of course, because we all know that Tiga happened 35 years later.
You were right the first time.
90. Oh, yeah, 30. Yeah, 30. Yeah, 30 years. Yeah, so what are we in for? Yeah.
Well, we have a plant-eating a plant monster that eats people.
Yup. Feed me, Seymour. No, high-key, that's the vibe I got from it.
It kind of reminded me of Godzilla versus Biollante, except Biollante didn't eat anybody.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, I feel like there's been a lot of monsters from Tiga that gave me the same heebie-jeebies, from the opening scene. Like, for example, that Red Ogre, Blue Ogre episode. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it wasn't a plant monster, but Blue Ogre gave the same level of heebie-jeebies. Poor Red Ogre. I know that they had their own names, but in Japan, whenever there are two identical monsters where one is red, the other is blue, and they're fighting each other, red
Yeah.
ogre, blue ogre. Even in One Piece, they had a red ogre, blue ogre arc, like a whole arc for it. Yeah. It was when they were first introduced to giants from Elbaf. And they met with Mr. 3 for the first time.
I see.
Yeah. So One Piece definitely very topical. Yes. Ide is sent in to investigate some of the disappearances, and I've come to notice that Ide is basically the Shinjo of the season.
Pretty much. Ide's pretty much the comic relief.
Yeah. It's like he thinks he's hot stuff, but he keeps falling over himself like we're not even going to go into episode 2 because we already did.
Oh, yeah, with Bolton. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wish you could play that Metroid background music when Samus gets caught by a Zabesian. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. So they go to a greenhouse and they learn about some interesting plant cells. And apparently, when chlorophyll is affected by certain radiation, well, you've seen the movie Evolution and its sequel on Fox Kids.
I remember watching the animated series when I was younger.
Say goodbye to evolution. But yeah, so we actually do get a flashback in black and white. Interestingly enough. Yeah. And basically in the flashback, a group of scientists in black and white. So I'm like, wait, did I just switch gears to Ultra Q for a second? Are near a shore, and they find a giant, fully colored plant, like fully colored.
Why it's colored to stand out in black and white? I don't know.
It's like, if that's the case, is a black and white even necessary?
Yeah, I actually wondered the same thing when I was watching this episode.
See, there's this one very famous film called Battleship Potemkin, and yes, it's filmed in my hometown. The whole movie was in black and white because back then in the Soviet Union they didn't have color film. But there's a scene that was very iconic because there was a flag that was red. Everything was black and white except for this red flag. But the reason that flag was red is because the director of the film went out of his way to color in the flag frame by frame. That takes dedication, and I don't know the frame rate. Maybe it was 24 frames per second, but it was going on for like at least 5 seconds, which means imagine coloring the same flag red over 100 times.
That is some dedication.
Yeah, but hey, that's some great special effects to get it done. Actually, I'm curious, what year did that movie come out? 1925.
Oh wow,
that movie's from 1925, and it had and it's available on Tubi.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, now I know what I'm going to be watching after this podcast is over. More Kamen Rider. I'm just kidding.
A movie that's 100 years old.
Yeah, it's the 100-year anniversary of this film. Wow, I didn't even catch that small detail. But it came out in December 21st. So it's going to take a while. Oh, yeah, and the film is 74 minutes, so that's actually not too bad. See, America, there's nothing wrong with the movie being under 90 minutes. Japan has movies in under 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I know what to add to the annual watch list for Buttery Show. Don't know what month, maybe December, but at least now I know. At least I have ideas for content. For our other channels, shameless plug. But yeah, no, it's yeah. So yeah, color me planted because this plant tries to eat people, and everyone's just like unloading their pistol barrels at the plant. It's like
Yeah, it's like that Loader Squad skit with the drug dealer in the park.
Yeah, no,
He got
for
a
me,
gun. Get him.
For me, it's like that funeral scene from Garth Marenghi's Dark Place when the dude like breaks out of his coffin, and it's like and Garth Douglas like pulls out a gun, and the dude's mom's like, no, that's my son, get out of the way. And he shoots right in the direction of the mom, and like he keeps like unloading his gun, and then out of nowhere, freaking what's his name? God, I'm trying to remember. Thornton Reed's character is pulls out a shotgun from out of nowhere, like he's not even in the same scene, but flamethrower. It's like, bro, unloading all of the bullets just for this one plant. I'm just like dying of laughter watching the scene, and but yeah, now everything's in color, everything's in real life. Our homeboys are getting attacked by this giant plant, who in no way is played by freaking Ross from Friends. Yeah. See, plugging things shamelessly. Yeah, but naturally, using their SSSP issued weapons causes the plant to actually grow in size. It's like that axe kaiju from Dexter's Lab when Mandark fires that ray at it.
Oh yeah. Yes, that's my favorite episode of Dexter's Lab.
Yeah, it's not even the fact that it has like so many things to love about that episode. First of all, it is a very rare full 30-minute episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it features characters from all three shows encompassed by Dexter's Lab. We got Dexter, we got Monkey, we got Justice Friends, and to top it off, we have all these mecha, including a Guttai. And yes, we got a giant axe kaiju with
bad axe
fingers. Yeah.
So we basically got Godzilla and Super Sentai.
Yes, and what's it called? And the Avengers, because Justice Friends are based off the Avengers. Because you got Captain America, Thor, Hulk as the three main characters. You got White Tiger based on Black Panther, even though there's a character called White Tiger in Marvel. Let's see, Miss Spell is Black Widow. Sorry, is a Scarlet Witch. It's Capital G is Giant Man. Tiki Torch is Human Torch, and Leaping Bullet is Iron Man. It's like, which reminds me, I have to get back to Mrs. Bullet.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Godzilla and Super Sentai, Just a Riser?
Oh, Just a Riser! Oh, Just a Riser!
Yes, Just a Riser was the best of the Choseishi series, in my opinion.
Agreed. No question there. I mean, I like the idea that the first one had 12 characters and 4 mecha, but Just a Riser's where it's at.
Yeah. If y'all haven't seen Just a Riser, check it out. especially if you love Super Sentai and Godzilla.
Yeah. Or if you're like absolute pacifists who like only exist in the times of crisis, and they're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna kick your ass, but only because you're messing with my pacifism. You know, like that Bo Jiggler from Bo.
Oh, I love. Oh, I'm sorry, but your answer's wrong. I'm afraid you'll have to talk to Mr. Bang Bang now.
Yeah, and I think Johnny did the voice of Bo Jiggler.
You know, when me and my younger brother first saw that episode when it aired back in the day, we were laughing our asses off at that episode. We were laughing to tears.
Yeah. No, it was really funny. Yeah, and he was voiced by Johnny Young Bosch of all people.
Yep.
Like, see, for me, like, I just love the character because, like, he has like 6 unsheathed scabbards, and like he's like, why is everyone fighting? And like he punches people, and it's like, look what you made me do. You're messing with my pacifism. But yeah, like freaking White Riser's just like,
oh yeah, Riser Shirogane.
Yeah, freaking Shirogane, and like I love the monster design in that episode. You got a gold beetle and a silver beetle. I love rhinoceros and stags together. One of my favorite things about Mega Man 02. You know, you got the rhinoceros beetle dude from 01 and the stag beetle from 02, and you brought them together for the boss rush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But yeah, no. So naturally it becomes giant, like the like Hexagone, and so naturally we got to summon Ultraman. And you know, I'm in other episodes I've noticed Ultraman transforms pretty early in the episode. Like we're talking like 9 to 10 minutes into the episode. Like my expectations usually like last 5 minutes because in Power Rangers and Super Sentai, usually they don't summon the giant robot till the last 5 minutes of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But here it's like, wow, they're summoning Ultraman pretty early. And like part of me is thinking, well, maybe he's gonna lose a fight, retreat, and then they have to come up with a new plan, and then they have a rematch. No, it's the one and done fight.
Yeah, they do episodes like that in future Ultraman series, but not this one.
Yeah, but because I'm so used to either the obligatory heroic giant shows up like towards the end of the episode, or they show up early but have to retreat and then come back later at the end of the episode again. I'm so used to those two formulas that it just feels weird that Ultraman's showing up like in like literally at the start of the second act and he's sticking around. I'm like, this is the longest 3 minutes I've seen since Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
No, like it's crazy because like Dragon Ball Z is crazy because you have 3 years skip in just 5 seconds, but 5 minutes takes 7 whole episodes. Yeah.
In like 5 minutes, this planet will explode. In like 3 minutes, this planet is done for. In like 2 seconds, this planet will explode.
In 1 minute, this planet is going bye-bye. You got that from Mega 64, didn't you?
Yes, I love that part.
I love the one line in the second one where it's like I love nature. These androids are evil.
Yeah. But
Krillin, destroy them using this device. Or maybe we could hope for them to change.
yeah, but basically Ultraman takes on the plant monster, defeats it, sets it ablaze, and then he leaves.
Yep. Yeah, and again, this is the early instance. Sorry, this is like one of the only few instances in the first 8 episodes where he transforms like 21 minutes into the episode. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Also, it occurs to me that, Ultraman's more than 25 minutes long, which is longer than a typical episode modern day in most shows, because usually it's like 24 and a half minutes or 23 and a half minutes. I know in the 90s, a lot of shows were 19 minutes. Plus change. Yeah. But I'll say this. Next 2 episodes, things get very interesting. Because this is where things get really Star Trek-y. So the episode starts off at the Kobe Harbor because, well, I assume it's Kobe Harbor because it looks like Kobe Harbor from Kamen Rider Amazon. So all harbors look the same? Race.
You're racist against harbors.
Yeah. No, it's just like something about the structuring just feels feels familiar. And again, like the first half of Amazon does take place in Kobe, Japan. Like specifically Kobe region. So it's because of like the aesthetic, I'm just like, this is either at Kobe or at some other part of Japan that kind of looks like Kobe. You know, you're welcome to fact check me on that. I'm happy to be proven wrong if applicable. But yeah, so it focuses on 3 kids, and like one of them spots a kaiju. It's like, I don't believe you. Don't look. And then another kid looks like, that kaiju looks like a wanted criminal. Diamond Dust Joe? What? No, it's not Diamond Dust Joe. It's a kaiju. I'm like, are we really doing red hat, green hat? Because like I know that Kamen Rider Decade's gonna do that, but this is Ultraman 66.
Long before Decade.
Yeah, but yeah, a green rider, a black rider, actually a black and green. It's like, imagine if that was like actually a thing where it's like you got half aquatic kaiju, half like resource thief. It's like Diamond Dust Joe. No, it's Bazonga. I know it's not Bazonga, but like just like bear with me. It's like, it's not Bazonga, it's Diamond Dust Joe. It's not Diamond Dust Joe, it's clearly Bazonga. Are you blind or stupid? And then it's just like half and half. Bazonga, Diamond Dust Joe.
Yeah. Well, Bazonga doesn't come in until Blazar.
Yeah. But it is aquatic.
True. You know, that kind of reminds me, like, we actually did have a human become a kaiju in that one episode of Tiga.
Oh, yes, the one where Hori's body odor is put into question.
Oh, yeah. Look at Hori! He's fat! And he just looks at her like, what?
And he never takes off his uniform. He doesn't shower. But people love him for his personality. And as everyone knows, B.O. is love. B.O. is life. Wait, I got it wrong.
No, Hori is love.
Hori is
life.
Yeah, no, like I'm always gonna do that Edward Nygma thing from Gotham season 2. Yeah, I don't know how Cobblepot misread that as Edward being into him, because, bro, I'm not into you. I'm into that woman who is an identical twin of a woman I previously liked but killed.
All right.
Yeah, like freaking. Okay, I'm just gonna say this: Penguin and Riddler carry the show through their performances, but they are very rarely given much to do in terms of a plot.
I see.
Yeah, it's like they're just kind of there. And even when Penguin literally rules all of Gotham, Pax Penguina, he's still not the central focus of the overall plot of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, at least they wear their full comic book costumes in the final episode. 10 years late for that one, aren't you guys? No, but for real though, if there's one thing to like about Gotham, it's literally Penguin and Nigma. Not because of the way they're written, but because of the way the actors actually perform their characters.
I see.
Yeah. It's like the writing sucks, but the performance is stellar.
Interesting how that works.
Yeah. As opposed to Catwoman, where you have a good actor, but terrible writing and terrible performance. But yeah, it's as Doug said, no one can make that one scene look good, no matter how talented you are. But yeah, so the kids go sneaking into a the kids, they do spot Diamond Dust Joe inside a warehouse. So while one kid wants to call the SSSP in order to investigate the kaiju, another one just like yanks the phone and he's like, I saw Diamond Dust Joe in the warehouse. This isn't the police. This is a Wendy's.
Yeah, but Hayata brings, being the hero that he is,
Mm-hmm.
He even points out, hey, that's irresponsible. What if those kids are in danger now because of Diamond Kick?
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
This is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
I'm not a Krusty Krab.
No, that's Mr. Krabs over there. He's voiced by Lex Luthor.
That he is.
I will have my revenge, Superman. That weirdly sounded like a 60s version of Lex Luthor from a peanut butter ad. This peanut butter's so good, I have to know the secret. I'm like, peanuts, oil, butter, maybe some nutmeg. But I'm pretty sure if you put peanuts and oil into a blender, I think you got a pretty good start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there's an aquatic kaiju this episode called Gessera.
Yep. And it's typically much smaller, but for some reason it's much larger. Yeah. So yeah, the kids go hide out inside the warehouse because they want to see all the cocoa beans.
Chocolate. Chocolate? Did you say chocolate?
Chocolate. Tea time is me time. But it just so happens that the cocoa seeds is what Diamond Dust Joe is after.
Basically, because there are some diamonds hidden in them.
Yeah, what are the odds? But yeah, so because the kids recognize him, he holds the kids hostage inside a warehouse that's about to be attacked by a kaiju. The said kaiju is apparently attracted to cocoa. Cocoa.
A kaiju that likes chocolate.
Yes. Sounds familiar.
Oh gosh, can you imagine if Godzilla was attracted to chocolate?
Chocolate! Well, at least, if that was his weakness, then at least Charles Barkley will finally stand a chance in a rematch.
Yeah. Well, obviously this isn't chocolate, but there was a Godzilla Dr. Pepper commercial.
There was also a Godzilla Tootsie Pop commercial.
Oh yeah, the one that has Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah. Yeah, the CGI one.
Yeah, That's like early childhood memories right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like freaking Terminator head. Hold on. I want to see this.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was the
Look at it
Terminator
one more
head, not
time.
Mechagodzilla.
Yeah. I'm like, give
Yeah,
me
it was the
one.
Terminator head and the snake kaiju.
Let's see. Tootsie Pop. Godzilla. Yeah. It's another show that I am recalling from the 90s is Mr. Potato Head show. Yeah. Mr. Potato Head show. Because he had one on Fox Kids for 13 episodes. And one of them was a two-parter. Yep. Yeah. It's like a parody of freaking Rampage, except they're Pez heads. Yeah, it's like, oh, CGI kid saves the day by distracting the T-800 and Gojira with a Tootsie Pop. And what's funny is that the Terminator head, being as efficient as he is, only gets to the center in just 2 licks, while Gojira head, like, it takes 3 whole licks, but he does singe the Tootsie Roll inside with his fire breath.
That he does.
Yeah. So, man, memories unlocked.
Oh,
Way
yes.
cooler than that hand-drawn School of Rock one with the owl.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, way cooler. But yeah, so yeah, naturally Ultraman has to go save these kids and these bandits. So to sum up this episode in 3 sentences, we must save my family. The bandits are coming. Remember to jump. Yeah, that's literally all you need to know about this episode. But hey, we got that human side. It's kind of like watching that episode of Star Trek, A Piece of the Action, when Kirk and Spock end up in 1920s New York. Can't remember if it's for the first, second, or third time, because they do it at least 3 times. And it's like, oh, they need to help a little kid to like spy on the mafia or something like that. It's like, I want a piece of the action. Yeah, this is what this episode reminds me of. Except instead of a Vulcan, you have an Ultra.
Yeah.
Although I do have reasonable arguments to suggest that Vulcans evolved from Silurians from Doctor Who.
Interesting.
Yes, it's a series of Easter eggs that you have to really pay attention to because what's it called? Because Spock mentions his ancestor, which has the famous line of if you rule out the impossible, whatever's left, though improbable, must be the truth. That is a Sherlock Holmes quote. So Sherlock Holmes is Spock's ancestor. But in Doctor Who, Sherlock Holmes is based off of Madame Vostra. And in the episode where Silurians were first introduced, yes, a little kid says the same line from Sherlock Holmes. So you got Madame Vostra, who Sherlock Holmes is based on, Strax, who Watts is based off of, and Jenny, who their housemaid is based off of. I forgot the name of the housekeeper. But the point is, Sherlock Holmes is a Silurian. And if Spock's ancestor was Sherlock Holmes, that means Spock's ancestor was Madame Vostra, which means Vulcans evolved from Silurians. Quod erat demonstratum.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, blow dryers. We see a lot of them in these 4 episodes. And
yeah, so basically, Ultraman fights Gessera, defeats him, and then we're like, okay, where's Hayata? And he has Diamond Kick and his sidekick.
Yeah. Yeah, and yes, we heavily mentioned the fact that Ultraman's color timer is flashing. If he doesn't finish the job in 5 seconds, he will die. Do you think if he dies, do you think they'll change the name of the show to the Ide Show?
Damn you, 4 kids!
Yeah. Ultraman, the giant of light from the M57 galaxy. He will fight the kaiju within a 5-minute time limit. See, fighting Foodons. This is how you rip off a classical song. Yeah, I'm gonna be forever butthurt by the theme song of Fighting Foodons.
Yeah, your favorite.
Who was the idiot sandwich that wrote this receipt? Idiot sandwich. Yeah. All right. So here's the other episode that gets really Star Trek-y because we go to the Arabian Peninsula in this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
The episode with Barati.
Yes. With a jewel that's literally a grenade, as it turns out.
Yeah. A jewel grenade.
A jewel grenade. Sea Lord said, this is how you make your monster grow in style. Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah. So we get a Frenchman show up. Yeah.
And he's fluent in Japanese.
Yeah. Yeah. But is anyone else fluent in French? Yeah. So why don't you lead us off from here?
Well, basically, they hear about the land of Barati, which doesn't show up on any maps. So basically, they get into their VTOL with Jim, I think his name is.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah, and so basically they go to the land of Barati in the Middle East.
Yep.
Where apparently, and we've talked about this kaiju before when we talked about the Ultraman X movie, Antlar is a big threat to Barati, and they worship Ultraman like a god.
Yep. And what's special, yeah, I love that we have a stag beetle as a kaiju in this episode.
Yeah. I like how they put in biblical references in this episode. They reference Noah's Ark in it, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Ultra Flash opened up the Red Sea. But we all know the real truth. It was a Beyblade. Yeah, Moses used the Beyblade to open up the Red Sea. It's
it's interesting how you mentioned that because Eiji Tsuburaya, the creator of Ultraman, was Roman Catholic, and when Ultraman crosses his arms to do the Specium beam, it's actually based on the cross. Yeah,
and I'm not surprised that Anno used that as the basis for
Evangelion.
Evangelion, yeah, because a lot of biblical references, and yeah, I remember there was an episode where Eva 01 actually did do this pose. So
interesting. I need to watch Evangelion.
Yeah,
I don't
want to watch it again.
I'm like one of 10 people who hasn't seen it.
Well, you have my sympathies when you get to end of Evangelion.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the interesting thing is that when they show the statue of Ultraman, that's actually supposed to be Ultraman Noah, who is the final form and true form of Ultraman Nexus.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting. So we're like world building here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember like the one thing I actually really liked about the 2017 Power Rangers movie is the Yellow Ranger was Equation. I'm like, oh my god, is that an Equation? Oh my god, we're world building here. And then you hear that mooing. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
yeah. So basically, Antlar shows up and, attacks Barati. But of course, Ultraman shows up and they're like, oh my gosh, it's Noah. Even though that's not Ultraman Noah, but they think it is.
Yeah, so everyone like kneels before Ultra.
No thanks,
Stand
I'm a
before
Christian.
Ultra, kneel before Ultra. You are not the one they called president.
Yeah, so Ultraman's having a hard time trying to defeat Antlar, although Tiga sure didn't in the Ultraman X movie, but we already talked about that.
Yeah.
So basically, Charmon, was that her name?
Yes. Yeah, Chartom or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was Chartum.
Yeah.
It was Chartum. She
goes and grabs a very odd spelled name. And also Eden makes a fool of himself repeatedly.
Of course he does.
Chartum, yeah. Yeah, and what's really cool is that we do have a quick scene where one of the characters does speak in both Hebrew and Arabic. Of course, no one understands, but she can speak Japanese because she's an expert. Every Pokemon from a cinematic release.
Yeah. Is she related to Jasmine from Deca Ranger?
Yeah, every Pokemon movie has at least one Pokemon that can talk to everyone in Japan English through ESP. Like you got Mewtwo, you got Slowking, you got Entei, you got. I'm sure there's at least one Pokemon in Celebi. I'll get back to you on that one. Latias, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's it for a while, and then we had to like skip straight to Lucario.
Yeah. But so basically, Chartum gets the blue stone of Barati, throws it at Antlar, and that's the end of Antlar. And it's like, okay, we don't have to worry about that anymore.
And I'm like, couldn't you have done that in the first place? It's like when I saw I know well enough that this is basically Ultraman's only form this season. But so I know I'm not gonna expect that Jewel to give Ultraman a new form or anything. I'm not that stupid. But I wasn't expecting that orb to just be a bomb. Because I feel like at that point, any random person could have defeated that kaiju.
I guess so, but Ultraman logic.
Yeah, Ultraman logic. But yes, technically, Ultraman did not defeat this kaiju. It was Tachibana. Yeah, for once, Tachibana gets his recognition. At least I would say that if this episode did not air before Kamen Rider.
Yeah, by 5 years.
Yeah. 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 But yeah, so basically this kingdom is basically like Calypso, where once you leave, you'll never find the city ever again. But of course, everyone has to leave sooner or later. So of course, the city turns into a mirage, and all's well that ends well.
Pretty much.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So next episode.
Yeah. Next episode. Yeah, so next episode we have another plant monster. Kinda, sorta, not really, but we'll still discuss it. We actually get kind of 4 kaiju in this episode.
Yeah, we get a kaiju fight between Red King.
Red King! I actually know this one!
Yes. And I forget the other kaiju's name, but he's got tusks.
Ah, yes, tusks. You know, like literally every vampire from Kamen Rider X. oh, it's Genghis Condor's vampiricism. Oh no, now it's Leech Dracula's vampiricism. Now everyone has cat scratch fever.
Yeah, and they're just beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
And Red King is known for his immense strength. So, he's throwing rocks at big boulders at him, and he even rips off the other kaiju's arm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy to see. It's like, damn, this is a kids show from the 60s.
You should see how some of the kaiju die in Ultraman Ace.
I mean, I know that TJ Omega talked big game about how visceral Amazon was. It's like, oh, I'm gonna karate chop a character's arm off, but like this episode of Ultraman feels way more brutal.
For kids.
A family picture. And you know what's interesting is that they're not even going slow like kaiju usually do, because the bigger they are, the harder they fall. No, they're like going like full speed. It's like I mean, I wouldn't say it breaks the immersion, because like this is like the speed at which a normal human would use. But imagine going that fast as an actual kaiju. I'm like, this is freaking brutal. And yeah, like freaking Red King like rips that dude's arm off, then throws it at his head while he's like trying to escape, and then just for added magic throws another rock at him.
Yep. Yeah, he's like, yeah, you better run.
You better run. Like he does like physical just, yeah, you better run. While some other black kaiju from underground is like watching, like, what are you whippersnappers doing? Yeah. But then Red King spots the SSSP jet, and yeah, things go about as well as you would expect it to go.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. The plane crashes. They're on a deserted island full of mysterious plants that snag you. It's like more specifically, they snare you, like they're possessed by a devil. Dare I say, they're devil snare. Yeah, it's like where's a Lumos spell when you need one? Yeah. Yeah. So thank God we have those blow dryers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the spider shot.
Yeah, spider
Which
shot.
you can set it to different settings on there.
Yeah, and I thought the Brachio stuff from Dino Thunder was silly. Yeah, as much as I love Tommy Oliver, Brachio staff was pretty silly because of the rotating feature. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was fine.
Yeah. Oh no, it's like I like it when people stay in a single lane. Just like it's like, oh, you want it's like Brachio stuff. It's got like 5 different powers, and it's super badass, and it's gonna kick your butt, Kyle. It's like, God damn it, Tommy, you can't have 5 different powers. Yeah, watch me. I got a green power, I got white power, I got a Zeo red power, a turbo red power, and now I got the black Dino Thunder power. What you gonna do about it, Kyle?
From now on, you can only have one power. What's it gonna be? The power to have as many powers as I want.
Give me Kyle, give me my powers back. Okay, fine. You can have a Master Morpher.
That's clever.
Just to be clear, we're not hating on JDF. We love JDF.
No. May God rest his soul.
But not gonna lie, it is pretty funny that he does have 5 different powers.
He's his own team.
He is his own team. Yeah, if only he was a Blue Ranger at least once. Then you got like
maybe. Yeah, absolutely no disrespect to JDF at all. I mean, Tommy is one of my favorite Rangers of all time. Mm-hmm. So obviously, nothing but respect and admiration towards him.
I love Jason as a person. Like, he signed my Dino Thunder DVD for free.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, it's going to sound selfish saying, but I wish I could also get him to sign all 5 discs of Mighty Morphin and all 3 discs of Zeo plus first half Turbo. But, if I could only have one season autographed, I'm glad it's Dino Thunder. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good luck getting the rest of the team. James Napier ain't coming to the U.S. anytime soon. But yeah. So everyone's lost in the woods. Everyone's being attacked by kaiju of all kinds of shapes, colors, and sizes. And I don't know where Pigmon shows up as well. With the little balloon.
Oh, yes. Pigmon.
A cutie woody. So I'm like, yay. So this is Pigmon's first appearance, presumably. Assuming he didn't show up in Ultra Q.
No, that was Garamon.
Okay, I wasn't even going to make any assumptions. But I'm glad you clarified that Garamon definitely is going to be in Ultra Q. But yay, the first appearance of Pigmon. It's so cute.
Unless if it's powered Pigmon.
Yeah. Or Exceed Pigmon. Yeah. That was painful to watch. Yeah. But, Pigmon's just doing his thing. Like, they find the scientists, at least. That's good. Now we just got to evacuate. But, we got to run after Pigmon, too, because Pigmon's just, like, dancing around. And Red King's not having it.
No.
No, poor Pigmon. That hurts so badly.
Yeah, he dies and his body gets buried under rocks.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him. He's such a cutie. Why do bad things keep happening to Pigmon? Even in Ultraman Rube the movie, Pigmon gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Those damn bastards from whatever dimension that dude came from that ends up transferring over to Taiga?
Tregear?
Yes.
AKA the guy who's now currently Don Momotaro in Gojuger.
Yep. And yeah, so obviously, like, we have to summon Ultraman, but we can't reach that capsule. Gosh darn it, if only it was in the form of a phone or a wristwatch, this would not be happening.
Yeah, well, let's see. Ultraman Agul it's mainly handheld devices, but there are some exceptions. Like Ultraman Agul in Gaia, he has a wristwatch, whereas the Ultraman Ace and Ultraman Leo have rings.
Yeah. See, this is where Super Sentai got it right. If it's a brace, you're hard pressed to lose it. Unless, you're dangling over a waterfall with after being chased by a snake. And then mid-fall, you inexplicably lose one of your 2 halves of your brace.
Oh, yeah. The Turbo movie.
Yeah. I gotta find those deleted scenes, though.
Dude, I want to see the original 3-hour cut so badly. I wish it could get released.
Snyder cut. Snyder cut.
But would it be the David winning cut?
David winning. David is winning. David is winning. David is winning. Yeah. But yeah, so Ultraman shows up. He sumos the heck out of Red King.
He
Taylor's
defeats
all this
Red
time.
King surprisingly easy in this episode.
Yeah.
His color timer doesn't even blink.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, say what you will, you know, say what you will about what's it called? Say what you will about what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Say what you will about past seasons past episodes where it's like, oh, his 5-minute timer is lasting 15 minutes. Nope, here, yeah, it doesn't even last that long.
Yeah, and like I said, he defeats Red King surprisingly easily because Red King is known for his immense strength.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he defeats him, and all's well that ends well, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so oh gosh, what happens after that?
They bury Pigmon.
Yeah, and then they bury Pigmon, and then they have a funeral for that one guy. I forget his name. His friend, his colleagues who were on that island.
Yeah.
And then basically the episode ends.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all 4 episodes.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of these 5 episodes? Sorry, these 4 episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Pretty good. I especially like the Barati episode. The first episode that we talked about with the plant monster.
Yeah.
I completely forgot this episode existed, and I've seen the original Ultraman twice before this. So I'm like, I don't remember this episode at all.
Well, I'm glad that you feel like renewed from the experience.
Yeah, I haven't seen the original Ultraman since 2011. So, you know, it's interesting to see it again and then get refreshed. The plant episode, I'd give a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't bad, just not the best episode ever. After that, episode 8 with Gessera. Gessera's got an interesting aquatic anglerfish design.
Yeah.
And it was a good fight. So I give that an 8 out of 10. I give a 9.5 out of 10 for the Barati episode. I like the biblical references, you know, as a Christian myself. So that's interesting to see. And Antlar is an interesting design. You know, we love, you know, Kuwagata Kaiju.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was a good episode, all things considered. And then I'd say an 8 out of 10 for the last episode. Poor Pigmon.
Yeah, poor Pigmon.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think Red King would put up more of a fight to Ultraman, but no.
No, you put up more of a fight to the other kaiju instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see Godzilla kick his ass now.
I mean, is there an episode where of Godzilla or Ultraman where Godzilla does fight Red King?
No.
Darn. Well, I'm gonna be honest. For the 5th episode, I liked the first half of the episode better because one, I do like the whole like eerie way the plant has been killing all these people. Because again, it reminds me of the better parts of Ultraman Tiga. And I do love the Battleship Potemkin reference, you know, with the black and white aspect, and but with the one planet's being colored, because like, let's be honest, like, if everything's black and white except for one object, it makes the one object look more unsettling.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. But you know, because it's colored against a dull background, it just pops more. So like, I totally get where they're coming from. But yeah, no, like that. So I would have to give it a 7 because The second half made it kind of like a boring, mundane episode, but the first half had so much potential. I'm like, I just wish it kept up that momentum. Like I said, like with Ultraman Arc, first, like they had all these eerie, creepy pasta moments, and those moments would have been great if they were just consistent. But they weren't. Episode 6. I would give this one an 9 because again, I love how like you have this A plot, B plot, and the way they interweave against each other. And again, gives me Star Trek vibes, and I love the original Star Trek. I love Day of the Dove. I love the Squire of Gothos. I love Plato's stepchild, Dagger of the Mind. What's it called? Balance of Terror, Power of Force, The Trouble with Triplets. A lot of great episodes. 3 seasons of boldly going where no man has gone before, and in some episodes we had to go to either Earth or some variation of Earth. This felt like one of those 1920s episodes, and I live for that. And what a crazy coincidence! These diamonds are in the Coco cartel, and Coco is the thing that the kaiju happens to be attracted to.
A chocolate-loving kaiju.
Yeah. Episode 7, definitely a 9 because, again, Star Trek vibes. They're going to this completely different setting, and there is an air of mystery around it. And yes, the biblical references are kind of interesting. While I'm not particularly, like into theology as a whole, I do find it interesting when human culture is integrated into like the fictional alien side of things. Again, the Red Sea was parted by Blade. like that's crazy, man. I love the way that's done sometimes. Heck, I even came up with like a way to integrate the crow to like the Book of Genesis at one point. But yeah, it's very interesting. I would have to say the one disappointment is the fact that that this blue jewel that's been hyped up all episode just turns out to just be a grenade.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like this episode would be a 10 if not for that. Like, it would be great if that jewel turned out to be like a power-up for Ultraman. Doesn't have to be a form change, but let's say it increases his color timer from 3 minutes to 5 minutes, for example.
Yeah, even if it was like a one-off ability.
Yeah. Or, heck, even that. Like, give him a one-off ability. Or, heck, turn him into Ultraman Noah just for the one episode.
Yeah, long before Nexus comes out.
Yeah, and then like have the statue disintegrate after the battle's over to signify that yes, he will not be using this form ever again. So enjoyed it while it lasted, but it's one episode, like Devin's Battleizer from Beast Morphers.
Yeah,
2 episodes.
Yep.
Yeah, but episode 8. I have to give it an 8. I love how many different kaiju we see in this episode. The stunt choreography is fantastic. But Pigmon. And yeah, you're right. I wish that Red King would have put up a bigger fight against Ultraman like he did against that kaiju at the beginning of the episode, because he was really giving it to him in the beginning of the episode. I want to see that energy in the finale of the episode. But alas, we didn't. But yeah, let us know what you guys thought of this episode. I love you geeking out about Justerizer.
Oh, yes. Justerizer is fantastic.
Little idiot sandwiches made fighting food-ons.
So that's 4 kids in a nutshell. They're idiot sandwiches.
Yeah. Evangelion's not for the faint of I'm guessing they meant to say heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can handle it.
Yeah. I hope to see more globetrotting this
season.
I think they meant season. Like it really seemed like I'm looking at these other comments by Nemesis Rider, and it really seems to me that for some reason the last word in their sentence is just not showing up.
Is that a problem with Twitch or something?
I'm guessing that's a problem with Twitch. It's kind of odd because that first comment about fighting foodons, it's like yeah, the full sentence is there, but it's like every sentence after that is like missing the comments. It's missing like
weird.
the last word. Yeah. Triple OXYZ says, I love how visceral episode 8 is.
Of Amazon?
Ha! 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 I think they're talking about Ultraman, but yes.
Oh, I see.
Amazon is pretty visceral.
Dissecton.
Or that mosquito monster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like imagine if a Power Ranger sawed off a person's arm off, and then cue the clip from Broken Path. Yeah, and contrary to what people misremember, no, it wasn't Dan Southernworth who got his arm cut off. It was some random luchador-looking dude. Dan Southernworth was the final boss of that movie. Still pretty fun. It's like Die Hard, but on a farm. Yeah. Poor Pigmon.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We will miss you, but I know you'll be back in a lot of instances. Like,
ain't that
a
the
lot.
truth?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we do feel bad for you, though, nevertheless. And that's it for the comments. We hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. And be sure to share our videos because it helps us out with the algorithm. We do Ultraman Classic on Mondays and Kamen Rider Classic on Sundays. That's right. The originals on Mondays and Sundays. And on Wednesday, we have Kamen Rider Gov, and on Thursdays, we have number 1 Sentai Go Jujers. But this week, both shows are on hiatus. So we'll get back to you on having additional episodes of Kamen Rider and Ultraman. So you get like a double dose of your weekly intake of these two shows. So please enjoy. And, of course, check out our Power Morphicon interviews. We still have 20 more to upload. And our next subscriber goal on YouTube, we only have 180 more subscribers left. So help us get to it. We haven't decided what we're going to do for the 3K benchmark, but we appreciate you guys helping us get to it. Also, check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do various movie reviews. And also, if you want to follow our personal content, where can the people find you?
You can find me at youtube.com, Axel Ranger.
And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto, where I am streaming all of these podcast episodes, except for Kamen Rider Gov, of course. So, that's 3 different media you could use to watch all of our content. And yeah, it's St. Paddy's Day. We hope you'll enjoy. I hope you are enjoying it safely and responsibly because we love you guys and we want to enjoy our content for days, years, months, decades to come. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. And yeah, so please enjoy. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you again real soon. Have a good one. Bye.